Warforged, right, so I'm going to do another Warforged talk, but I'm doing it slightly different this time because I'm going to put it on a subject that's quite very dear to my heart, and it's sort of, I'm going to try not to mention spoilers for the new Star Wars film, but if I do, I'm really sorry. Not going to go into depth, I'm going to mention it a little bit, but so basically I'll put some images up the top and we'll go through them, but basically I'm going to talk about Star Wars basically, because I'm a massive fan, a humongous fan. I've read like 90% of the original like follow-on stories from Star Wars. There's only like probably the last couple of books, probably about 5 or 6 books I didn't read, but I read most of it from like all the way from like Return of the Jedi all the way up to 25 to get 25 years after sort of thing. So I've read a couple of the new ones now. Yeah, I'll sort of talk about that a little bit as we go through, I think. So I'm basically just going to talk about Star Wars for a bit, so if you're not interested in Star Wars, don't watch the video. But yeah, so basically at the moment there's these games here and I'll go through them. I'm going to go through this one first because it's closest to me. So all made by Fantasy Flight actually, so Fantasy owned the license to all these games. We'll talk about the other one at the end. It's a bit different, a bit sadly story. Right, so Legion I only just got into recently, so I bought myself Boba Fett from Legion. I think I got you a deal now, I can't remember actually what it was now, but got you a deal. And I actually did get that from my local gaming shop. So basically all these games, I've got tokens, I haven't taken tokens out because they're in the bag, don't want to lose them. Right, so they all come with cards, if you know Fantasy Flight games, so D cards, so upgrade card, oops, I'm talking to myself down there, upgrade cards, and then that I assume is a character card. I don't know much about Legion because obviously I've just got into it. And then the character itself, really nice model. And you can still little rockets I've got somewhere, I haven't got them down here. But he obviously he's got a pointy base, a plastic like clear base thing, so he sits on the base flying. It's a really nice model. I'm going to mention quick because I have got it. Read more than cards over. I have got the Imperial Assault Boba Fett. Now, size comparison, they're not that much difference, but this one's much more dramatic and it's slightly bigger. So, but my idea, I think eventually is to try and place the Legion miniatures and these miniatures. So all my Imperial Assault stuff will be Legion figures. If I can't do it, but I'm going to try and do it with sort of big characters anyway. But yeah, they're not that far off scale wise, and this one's flying, so it doesn't matter too much. But we'll talk about it more later. But anyway, so Legion's the one I'm getting into recently. Haven't got into it, I've only just got this model at the moment. So the big one I play, and I haven't actually got an X-Wing down here, and I play quite regularly when I get my hands on it, is X-Wing. And this is obviously not an X-Wing, it's TIE Fighter. And that comes with cardboard on the basis there. This isn't the right card for this card here. And then you get another stat card, and I've got a nice fancy, I put it away, tournament card. And then there's to the right back, so it's a nice alternative eye card. And then that comes with the stats, so these don't have shields, the old TIEs, but X-Wings do, yeah. So, and then you've got upgrade cards. This also uses an app as well to now do the points that I reckon will happen probably with Legion at some point, because it makes it so much easier to control if something's getting too powerful and stuff, or they bring something else and it interacts there. But yeah, I do reckon they'll bring an app in with Legion eventually, but they're not yet. Still quite a newish game. I think it's only about a year old, Legion. Maybe two. I'm not big up with Legion, but I know they're all made by Fantasy Flight. So I play that quite regularly, X-Wing. Imperial is probably my favourite faction, but they're not that strong, I think. Then another one I do like, as you can see, there is a small ice. Star Destroyer? Yeah, Star Destroyer. Now, obviously, that's the TIE Fighters for it, and that's a squadron of TIE Fighters, and then you've got bases, and it's active, I think. Attacking. I can't remember, I haven't played Armada for a long time. Not a lot of people play it from where I am, so I love the game. I actually I wouldn't say prefer it more than X-Wing, but it's on the same level as X-Wing. I love it, but no one plays it around where I live. So, gonna try and get some more games of this in next year. My friend plays with me because I pretty much have nearly every ship. I think I'm missing the Superstar Destroyer, the Skyhawk. Is it Skyhawk? A new one coming out, and there's another Star Destroyer, a big massive laser cannon on the front. I haven't got that. And I think I've a couple of it, like Imperial ships and stuff. I'm only about 4 or 5 ships short of that. And then, so this again uses cards. Now this probably never have an app, I don't think, because it's not that big as a game. It's played a lot in some places. If you watch on YouTube, played a lot, but I don't think I ever have an app. I don't think it works the way it works. I think it's perfectly fine, right? So that is the ship card. So movement down there in the corner with those. This is exactly the same on the base of the ship. So that's the attack dice on there, and then the shields are the numbers. You see the numbers, yes. And then it's got command, squadron, engineer, and then the tokens it gets for evading, and then that squadron attacks there, and then the whole. I'm trying to remember as much as I can, and then the upgrades down the bottom, and that uses upgrades like cards like X-Wing does. And then you'll see you can't upgrade squadrons, but you can upgrade these, and that's a nice alternative card as well. Actually, it's not the one of ones you get in a pack. So, but yeah, Armada I love. I'd like to play more. I haven't played it for a while, so I'm a bit rusty with the rules, obviously, because I'm trying to think how many command. Because I haven't brought any dials down from actually, because the X-Wing uses dials for the movement, and obviously attack dice, same as this uses attack dice. And then movement is done on the bottom there on this one. So that's where it can only move down, and the lines mean certain one click or something like that. I think if I remember right. I'm a bit rusty. I'm very rusty with the rules of this. But yeah, love the game. Like to play more, so I'd like to be a bit more up to date with the rules. And then obviously, I don't know if I did show this last try. I have a fancy Grand Admiral Thrawn's TIE Fighter with the big snake on it, and it's the same on the bottom. So yeah, I'll take it off the base. But as I say, the base does match if I take the ship off the base. Yeah, it matches, and there's fire and arcs and stuff like that. And then the shields, are done there on the side. Still uses tokens, not as much actually. There's probably X-Wing and stuff like that, but yeah. Gorgeous model, I actually really like it. It's even worth getting if you collect just Star Wars models, because it is just a lovely painted model. Engines are painted, stuff like that, so it's a lovely model as it is. So yeah, love that one. That's probably my favourite ship out of them all actually. And then that obviously, see, the only thing I also didn't bring down about X-Wing is the epic stuff that's just been updated, the rules on that, so that's quite good. And then I could have shown you 2 different sized ships, so I didn't bring them down, but you can play the ship from New Hope. If you get New Hope, it comes in the size, and then you can play it again in X-Wing where it's bigger. So yeah. And then onto the last bad boy. I'm going to grab it in a minute. I'm just going to have a quick my drink. So, as I've mentioned, I have seen the last film. Loving the Mandalorian. Can't fault the Mandalorian at the moment. I think it'd be even alright without Baby Yoda. I think it'd be quite good. I'll talk about the films in a minute, but we're going to talk about Imperial Assault. So Imperial Assault, I've got all these expansions except from one. I'm just waiting for it to turn up. So yeah, that's the miniatures come like that. I might grab some more in a minute because I have the box here in my hand for the expansion Twin Shadows. But yeah, they all come pre-baked and built like this. It's really good. Right, so let's have a quickly look. Let's open the box up. And then obviously these will pop out. This is the board, and it's another reason I'll talk about tokens and stuff. But it's been classed as a board game, and Hasbro own the rights for board games. So Fantasy Flight are not making this anymore. What's out is probably that's it. You probably won't see any more. I've got some fancy mats for it as well. But then you have these fancy character cards for your main characters. It's like kind of 4 to 5 players game. And then I have got some pre-painted miniatures, and I have been painting these miniatures, but I have not got all of them painted. I've only painted my little RT-Doo-Doo, and then a nice free CPO. I probably should put a gloss on actually, because they look a bit dark, a bit not so shiny with their robots, especially C3PO. I'll probably spray them with a matte. But yeah, so you can paint them, you can play them unpainted. I'll probably paint all mine up eventually. Boba Fett, I'll probably paint up my other Boba Fett, so I'll paint 2 Boba Fetts at the same time. What else comes in this one? Tusken Raiders. Quite a nice dramatic pose. And then we've got the characters come in this car. That's sort of, it's like a scum sort of, some sort of bounty on it. I don't think he's like a, I don't know what he is actually, top of my head. I don't know what is top of my head, but he's just like Han Solo sort of, but he's not Han Solo. And then obviously the baddie's coming grey. I have painted a lot of this up, but not this box there. And then you obviously get cards again. So stat cards, and I have Boba Fett there in my hand. It uses dice, health and stuff like that. Used a lot of tokens, but also has, it has the board game, as you can see it. So in theory, this is quite good because it's 2 games in one. And the same thing will happen with Epic. You're going to get Epic that you can play in X-Wing, and then the Epic board, not board game, but Epic game. But yeah, so this uses a campaign mode, so like a role-playing mode. You could probably use in the Star Wars role-playing as well. These are really good miniatures because you can. That's it. When you get them on the box, that's it. They're really good miniatures. Obviously, Legion are better miniatures, but you still have to build them. So with this, yeah, it's 2 modes. So there's normal mode, so you play it as the board on the board, and you go around like a dungeon crawler, or you play skirmish player, so 2 on 2, not 2 on 2, 2 on 1 versus 1, if you know what I mean. Or you can probably go 2-2. I'm not sure. No played that. But yeah, it's basically a skirmish mode. I think there's a new mode just come out called Raid for that mode. So, but I've got the mats to play that on. Nice mouse mats. So I've got 4 of those as well. So I do love Legion. Another game I don't get played very often. Just for time, I think. Not because people don't play it, because I have it all. So it's probably what I'll move on to after I play Resident Evil with my friends, because we're playing through Resident Evil on the campaign, and I'll probably work my way through this. But yeah, I'm sad to say they are not making any more of these. These I've got all my box set of card, but they do cover a lot. But Legion, I think, is replacing it slowly anyway. You'll probably find out Legion. You could probably play this, a version of something with this with Legion, or use the figures for role play for Legion. That's replacing this side of the miniature side, if you know what I mean. They don't need to produce these because they're producing the miniatures in Legion, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, I do love that. So I'm quite happy there. So we're going to talk about the films for a little bit. I'm going to have another drink quick. Use that miniature before I break it. Yeah, so obviously the more now, the whole Skywalker saga. Obviously, everybody has different ways of watching it. I'd probably say watch New Hope, Emperor Strike, Return of the Jedi, then watch the original trilogy, and then watch the new trilogy. But that's the way I'd watch it. And then Clone Wars, I can't fault with that cartoon. We'll get some more episodes of that. I've not watched every single episode. When we get Disney Plus in England, that is one thing I will get to watch it all. Yeah, so that'd be good. And then I've got Rebels, which pretty much watched all of that. The big bits. Probably not every episode. That's another thing I'll probably go back to and watch every single episode. But I did like Rebels. Rebels, obviously, if you haven't seen it, little spoiler, it doesn't finish in the story wise. There is a big, massive. It ends with a massive cliffhanger. So I'm hoping they somehow evolve that story, because that has got one of my favourite characters, and that Grand Thrawn is in that. And yeah, so that'd be nice to see him come back in some sort of way, maybe in a big bad way would be good. And then Mandalorian, as I said, can't default that. I love that series. Looking forward to the Obi-Wan. Looking forward to the Rogue One. See, Rogue One's good too. Really good film. Can't fault that. Han Solo. See, I don't mind Han Solo. I have my issues with Han Solo, but as a film, I've read all the original books, and I probably would have done it as more films or a TV series, not as a film and stuff like, oh, this is how he got his gun. I wouldn't have. It was pointless, and the way he originally got Chewbacca was better. I would have done more on Imperial Academy because he never really did it. Touched up the books. He joined, he left, and that's what he does in the movies. He joins and leaves. So I would like to see more on that story. Maybe in the future we'll get it. Maybe because there's a series or a film there, possible. I just don't think we'll see that actor play Han Solo again. That's sadly, because that's probably what happens. Right. So we'll go on to new trilogy. Happy with the first one. Force Awakens, happy with, and then Last Jedi, absolutely fuming with. Good film, but too many questions left at the end of the film. Now, Force Awakening answers all the questions, and a lot of people. I like the film. I've had no problem, but don't go. If you're going to see the film, don't go to see the film. I think this is going to be the greatest film ever to do with Star Wars because it isn't. The Mandalorian is so much better. You need to go in that film. You need to go with an open mind, and it does. It is just a fan service film. It apologises for the last film. It gives you everything and every answer you needed. What the Last Jedi didn't give to you. So, but that's what it does for you. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm trying not to say too much because I want someone accidentally come across this video and then I spoil the film for them because I want to do that. But yeah. No, I've liked the last one. I'm happy with it. I'm happy. The Skywalker saga is finished now. And I'm happy for the future of Disney as long as they stick on the Mandalorian sort of way of doing stuff, if you know what I mean. Telling a story and a good story, not trying to do loads of stories and doing whatever they like. Don't do Hollywood. Don't do what you like. You've got history, Star Wars, that's the thing. So I'm going to leave it there. So hopefully you'll see more of this on the channel, hopefully in the future, next year. So, probably try and definitely do a bit more Legion. And even if I do start doing the campaign, I might try and film bits of it, or talk about it a bit more as I go through it. Armada, I'd like to do more. So hopefully you'll see more. I can guarantee you'll see a little bit, at least, of Legion, because I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I'll try and go on a bit more. I might show more. You'll probably see the miniatures being painted at some point. But I'm going to leave it there because I'm rambling on about Star Wars. But I'm happy altogether with Star Wars. I'm not pissed off for the whole universe. I highly recommend watching Mandalorian. And I recommend if you're a fan of Star Wars films, watch them all. Get the last one out of the way, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. Then, even if you hate it, you've watched them all then. So I'm going to leave it there, and the Force be with you.